In more news from the US, the federal government shutdown is now entering its second month that is threatening the food security of millions of Americans. However, on Friday, a US court ordered the administration to use contingency funding to at least partially keep the food assistance program operational at present. In response to which, President Donald Trump appeared to offer a last-minute lifeline, saying that he does not want Americans to go hungry. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said that government lawyers believe that they lack the legal authority to pay food benefits, but that he's asked them to find a legal way to keep the program running. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, helps 42 million Americans, but that is about 1 in 8, afford food for each month. It's one of the country's largest anti-poverty programs that costs nearly $100 billion a year. It remains, however, unclear whether millions of Americans will actually see those payments this weekend. At the heart of the standoff, a fight over health insurance subsidies that has left the government without funding since 1st of October. Now the crisis is spilling into kitchens and even grocery stores across the country.
But also, SNAP, which is nutrition benefits, also known as food stamps, is about to run out on November 1st. And there's actually a $6 billion reserve that the Trump administration could use to continue SNAP. And we are doing this rally both to collect food for D.C., Maryland, and Virginia food banks, but also to put pressure on the administration to use that money to keep SNAP going, because 41 million people every month rely on SNAP.
Democrats contend that the food assistance crisis is actually Trump using the threat of ending food aid for millions as leverage. They even claim that the US president is using SNAP to force an end to the shutdown without agreeing to their healthcare demands. Chuck Schumer, as the Senate Minority Leader, accused the president of weaponizing hunger. The shutdown is also hitting multiple other fronts. Programs like WIC, which supports new mothers and infants, are on the brink. Head Start centers serving 65,000 children could start closing this weekend. And while troops got their paychecks on Friday, the Pentagon says that funds could very well dry up by mid-November. Parallelly, air travel is also being disrupted with long delays at JFK and even other airports due to short-staffed control towers. Analysts say that the SNAP halt could be unpredicted, the first time in program's 60-year history that benefits might not be delivered on time. At present, food banks are scrambling, communities are stepping in, and millions of Americans are left waiting and scrambling, wondering if their next meal will depend on a court order. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani sent us this report from New York.
A major legal showdown is unfolding over food aid in America as judges are now ordering the Trump administration to keep funding SNAP, the nation's largest food assistance program, despite the government shutdown. SNAP, which supports about 1 in 8 Americans and costs $8 billion a month, was set to be frozen on November 1st. But the courts ruled the program must continue using contingency funds while the shutdown continues. Democratic officials from 25 states and D.C. argued the administration is legally obligated to tap in those reserves, around $5 billion, with billions more potentially available. One judge ordered USDA to explain by Monday, November 3rd, how it plans to keep the benefits going. Meanwhile, USDA has confirmed that until and unless something changes, the shutdown will prevent regular November payments from going out. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.